Hey, you guys, we are back. We are still with our Confidence Clubhouse. We are still on phase 2, but we're on part 2 today. So make sure you go back and listen to phase 1, and now this is the closing of phase 2, and then there'll be another phase, okay? So in phase 2, we were talking about creating confident relationships, and I left you with an assignment, so hopefully you did that, right? Pulled out your Unleashed journal, and we identified our relationships as either confidence robbers or confidence boosters. So hopefully you guys ended up with a bunch of boosters and maybe not so many robbers. If you have a ton of robbers, you may need to reassess, and that's what we're talking about. If we're trying to build our confidence, the people that you surround yourself with have a major impact on who you are and what you allow in. So I have a few more questions I want you to add to your little assignment. I'm going to give you 5, okay? So the first one is, which relationships do you need to pay more attention to? This goes back to the list that you made, your robbers and your boosters. Number 2, which relationships do you need to pay less attention to? Number 3, if you feel like you don't have a lot of confidence boosters in your life, I hope you do. But if you don't, where can you begin to foster those relationships or start to surround yourself with those types of people? Number 4, who can you think of that you see in passing that gives you more confidence and you'd like to spend more time with them or develop a deeper relationship? And the last one I have for you is, what can you do to be a better confidence booster for someone else? I flipped it on you. Okay, we're going to move on. We're still in phase 2, but we're going to talk about creating confident relationships with loved ones. Most of our relationships are by choice, right? We get to choose who we want to spend our time with. But on the other hand, some of our relationships we can't necessarily choose, like family members, or even in a marriage that has maybe possibly changed over time. We grow as we get older, we change, we become different people, right? Hopefully we're leveling up. Hopefully we're not stuck. But what you must know is that you do have a choice when it comes to how you manage these relationships. So in this part of the podcast, we're going to talk about how to manage these relationships in order to boost your confidence. So don't go around blaming your lack of confidence or lack of self-confidence or your motivation in life or your ability to grow and become better and level up. Don't blame it on a family member or your spouse or anyone else. Just because you're married or you're in a, family that you can't just cut them out of your life, you can learn how to manage those relationships. So what I want you to do here is document your intentions with the people who strip your confidence. I want you to take note of any patterns that you come across in these interactions that cause you to feel less confident, so you can determine how to handle those situations and set those boundaries moving forward. I want you to write down the person's initials, the context of the interaction. Example, like, was it in a social environment? Was it on the phone? Does it involve another family member? Is it about a particular topic that triggers? Whatever it is. And make some notes to recognize any patterns that form. Sometimes we can't notice these patterns until we actually look at them. We have to have a visual. And once you start documenting with their initials or whatever code you use so nobody gets their feelings hurt, we're going to write down the interaction that you have and what the triggers are. Then I want you to determine what you can say or do to set boundaries around these types of interactions moving forward. You have way more control over these things than you'll ever realize. You actually teach people how to treat you. You just don't want to be rude about it, but it is definitely a skill that you can develop as you identify patterns, as you establish healthier boundaries, and you'll start to notice a different outcome. So your assignment here today in your Unleashed journal, or whatever journal, your notebook, whatever you're playing around with that you're, it's for you, it's private. I want you to write down the initials of whoever you're talking about, or some kind of code, and then the context of the interaction, like I just described. And then 3 things you're going to write down about each of these people: the patterns that you identify, the boundaries that you are going to establish, and moving forward, what you want the new outcome to be. And then later on, you'll be able to come back and assess this and see if some changes have been made just by the way you handle identifying the pattern and establishing healthy boundaries. You're going to be amazed at the power that you have in order to allow whatever you want to allow in, and whatever you don't want to allow in, don't do the knee-jerk reaction. Like, you'll learn as you do this, you'll develop the skills, and you'll learn that you can actually control your emotions. We sit back, we chew on it a little while, we assess the situation, and we know what the outcome is that we want. So now we just have to navigate how we're going to get there by establishing healthy boundaries that may be very different than the ones that you had before. That's what you want. In order to establish change actually has to happen. Change has to take place. If you keep allowing the same person or people to treat you a certain way and knock you down and make you feel less confident, if you keep allowing that and you don't change the way you react or respond or allow, it's going to be the same forever. So it's up to you. It's totally up to you. I mean, as far as friends, if they're truly a friend and you define friend way different than obviously they're treating you, then maybe they're not a really good friend. And, sometimes there's different seasons for certain people in your life, and I always try to look at it as a lesson. What did I learn from this? Or maybe you're friends with people because you've got a certain common interest, and then those common interests change. If there's no common denominator and you're not enjoying the company, then maybe that season's changed for you, at least for now. So these are hard questions. These are things that if you really want to change, you really have to sit back and journal it out, think it through. Don't hurt anybody's feelings on purpose, but decide what your boundaries are, because your goals are much more important. Also, your self-confidence. In order to move in life and get ahead and to grow, you've got to have some self-confidence. And if you've got somebody that's beating you down all the time, I mean, what fun is that? Who wants to hang out with that? Not me. All right, you guys, we are under 9 minutes, but next time we will be moving into phase 3, and that is going to be all about some exercises that you can do. I'm going to give you some objectives and a little exercise checklist. So I told you guys that this Confidence Clubhouse would be pretty much like a course, and it is actually the same exact way that I coach one-on-one when I work with clients who are looking for more than just weight loss. Usually it starts with that, right? Like, it usually starts with something like, I need to lose 10 pounds. We start on a fitness journey, and then we realize, oh shoot, my nutrition's really sucking. So not only do I need to move my body more, but now I've got to focus on my nutrition. And I try to just kind of baby spoon feed you the things that you need when you need them. But if you want to dive deeper into coaching and you're looking for, pick up the phone and actually get someone to coach you, I do also do that. I do it with fitness, and I also do it with coaching for mindset, for goal setting, for confidence building, all the things that I actually took courses and studied and got certifications. And I always continue my certifications, just so you know. I am up to date on all of my certifications as a personal trainer, as a health coach, as a nutrition coach, of course, a fitness and bar instructor, but also I have been taking so many courses in psychology that I've got some certifications on mindset and team building and confidence building. So know that whatever I learned that I've spent thousands of dollars on, I coach and give that information to you, just like I'm doing here for free. So I hope that you find it helpful. I do, and I give you the cliff notes. So it's a win-win. All right, you guys, I hope you have a fabulous day. Make sure you go back and listen to all of the Confidence Clubhouse podcasts that we have uploaded thus far. And next time we chat, we will go into phase 3 of our Confidence Clubhouse. So, all right, I'll check in with you later. Bye.